When you switch on a light, electricity doesn't come straight from the power plants. It passes through one of the most complex machines ever built, India's power grid system. From power plants to high voltage transmission lines to distribution networks, and finally it reaches you. In this video, I will explain how India's power system works, from power plants to grids and to you and me, which are the demand. Hi, my name is Manjush. I work in the energy industry. On this channel, I explain India's energy stories, what is happening, why is it happening, and what to expect next. Let's get started. The generation. This is where all the magic is happening. India produces electricity from a lot of different sources of energy. For example, coal, hydropower, and renewables like solar, wind, nuclear, and many others. As of November 2025, the report from NITI Aayog shows that India produced nearly 70% of the electricity for that period from coal power plants, which was followed by hydro and other renewables. Electricity from coal power plants is produced both during day and night, which do not depend on any weather conditions. However, the renewables like solar and wind, they are highly variable in nature because of the particular weather conditions that they would need. For example, solar, it requires continuous sun to be shining, and for wind, and we need a continuous wind to be blowing. So to match the constant demand, these variable generation systems have to be connected through storage units like either battery or other type of storage technologies. Now, from generation, let's move to the grid or transmission. So once the electricity is produced, they are first transmitted through high voltage transmission lines in order to reduce the losses, and then it goes through distribution networks to finally reach you and me. You can think of power generation units as the factories, high voltage transmission lines as highways, and your distribution networks as city roads. So when you order a product, it gets manufactured in the factories, it gets transmitted through the highways, and finally it reaches you through the city roads. India operates one of the largest synchronized grid systems running at 50 Hz frequency. Grid operators continuously match the production with the demand at every second of the day without many of us ever noticing. Let's say on a summer afternoon, you decide to switch on your air conditioner. So that's a demand generation. So in order to respond to your demand, the power generation unit has to now increase the power output almost immediately. Now let's talk about us. Homes, offices, factories, railways, you name it. All of them need a continuous source of power, but they need power in a different way. What I mean is, factories, for example, or the industries, they need a highly reliable, stable source of power without any fluctuations in the voltage. Whereas the electricity for the homes are more receptive to voltage fluctuations, and that's why whenever we see voltage drop or blackouts in our local societies, it's more often not an issue with the power plant. It's more often it's the transmission lines or the distribution networks that are having issues of either overloaded lines or local transformer getting failed and things like that. Now, this is very crucial for energy transition. As we know, to go towards the energy transition and to reach the net zero for India by 2070, India has been investing a lot on installing more renewable powers, but that means this renewable electricity has to be connected with the grids in order for clean electricity to be transmitted to all the different areas. What this means is we need to ensure the grids are capable of taking that additional renewable load, because as we know, renewables are variable in nature and they need flexibility, which means developing stronger transmission lines, smarter grids, better demand management, as well as ensuring there are more storage units available for the renewables to be integrated and handled very well with the grid connection. So the real challenge for India's energy transition is not just producing cleaner power, but also ensuring that they are very well connected with the grids. India's power system isn't just about wires and power plants. It is a complex system that aligns power plants with the transmission lines with the demand coming from you and me. Understanding this helps us see that why India's energy transition is not a switch, but rather it is a careful balancing act. If you found this video useful, please do hit like and subscribe to this channel, where I will be coming up with more insight about how the India's energy transition is progressing, and I hope to see you again in my next video. Thank you for watching.